everybody. Welcome to Quarter Inch Seam. I'm Angela. You're in my sewing room, and I'm wearing all the ties that I could get Steve to spare, because we are actually going to do what I said we were going to do today, and that is we are going to start our Father's Day project. So I saw a version of this. Now, is this going to work? I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm going to need stronger glasses here soon, because you know what? It's blurry with them on. It's blurry with them off. It's ridiculous with them off. Man. Yikes. Anyway. And so I thought, I saw a version of this. She did something kind of different, but it was a version of it. And so I thought, well, we're going to try it. What's the worst that could happen? Said the Ohio Star failure from last week. Okay. Now, I told you guys the last couple of days to get you a pillow. Now, you don't have to make it as a pillow. You can make it as a quilt block or whatever. But I happen to have this really great pillow, and it's a down. Like a throw pillow. And let's see here. It's 20 by 20. Filled with waterfowl filling. Waterfowl feather. Okay, it's finally coming to life. It's finally taking a little shape. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We have to get the butterflies out of the way. So today we're gonna kind of get everything laid out, figured out what we want. Okay, and then tomorrow, in addition to trying to redo that Ohio Star, we're going to hopefully do the next step, and that is try to start sewing stuff on. God willing. This is the butterflies. This goes with this, which goes with this. That goes nowhere. This is trash. Okay, we just need to make a little space. So make a space. Sampler. Oh, geez, Lou. Lou. There is just a never-ending amount of stuff. And then Vintage Daisy. Have I got a couple of shout-outs for you guys today? So, what did you do today? We, Minnie had to go see Ellen this morning, the groomer, because she was a little, she needed it. She needed it. I'm trying to, sorry, pardon my back. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do fabric-wise for this, because, and I've got a couple of options, and I think I have an idea. Okay, here's my block board from Madeline that we're going to use tomorrow night when we fix that blasted Ohio Star. That thing was just not right in the head. It's bad. So we'll save, there's that. There's this. I don't know why I'm saving this. This goes here. And these pieces kind of go with this. All right. Now, that's a repair job. We won't discuss that. It's a repair job. from my husband because I cut something. I had to cut a tag out. And I wasn't paying attention and I cut the fabric. Now I have to fix it. That's really what I do in my life, is I just create more work for myself. That's what I do. Okay, now I got him this. It's not going to be a surprise because obviously not only is he in the next room, but he does the editing. What are you going to do? Okay. I got him, at his request, he fell in love with this little gnome. Can you see these little honeybee gnomes? Are they so stinking cute? And I wasn't going to make this a cutesy thing, but I think I'm going to make it a cutesy thing because you know what? I can always change out the cover, right? It's a pillow. So you can always change out the cover. You could do more than one for your dad. You could do one for your dad, from one to your kids if you're helping your kids or your grandkids. You know, you could do one from one parent, one from one kid, you know, with their name on it or whatever. You don't have a whole lot of time, so let's not go crazy. But I'm just saying, you know, you do have some time here. So I think I got it. Do you love when that happens? You're just sitting here going, what in the world am I going to do? And then, done. Got it. Okay, I'm going to make the bees, the little gnomes, the back of the pillow. The back, you know, the flap and stuff, with the flap and stuff. Now, in my defense, I'm going to have to go back, and she cut the measurements for that about a few inches bigger on either side, you know, on the dimensions than her pillow. So your dimensions for the back of your pillow are going to be dependent, for the back fabric are going to be dependent on how big of a pillow you're going to use. If you're going to do some little, like a little tiny thing, your fabric is going to be determined by that, right? So my pillow is 20 by 20. So I'm probably going to cut my back fabric, which you're going to need, when we get to this part, which is probably going to be Thursday or Friday, we're gonna sew it so that one piece of fabric. So imagine this is so we're gonna sew it. We're gonna put it together so that one piece of fabric is gonna come down, and the other piece of fabric is gonna come up over it and kind of crisscross it, so that it will create a slip. You know, so you can slip the pillow in. Now, so let's do this. So it's about 22. So that's going to be one piece. Okay, so I'm going to cut my back. I'm just going to cut my back. My pillow's 20 by 20. I'm going to cut my back like 22-ish by 22-ish. I'm going to give myself some room there because I think we can all agree that I sometimes need a little give. Now, 18. So let's go here. Okay. Slide, please. 18, 21, 22. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Right there's fine. Okay, I'm just going to cut this off because this is not the fun part. Although, look how tiny I got the table that quick. That's pretty cool. Okay, so while I'm cutting this, what did you do today? I actually had such a crazy, like, productive and positive day. I had one of those days where when I put my feet up and I have a drink, I mean, a cup of coffee. Just kidding. I will have felt like it was just like okay, today was a good day. I like those kind of days. I like days where it's productive. So this is for the back. We're just gonna set it aside. Well, if we're gonna set it aside, why do we bother cutting it right now? I don't know. It's just the fabric I had in my lap. Okay, now what I got to go with this is this buffalo check. This black and white buffalo check, okay? To go with this. But when I bought it, I didn't know what I was gonna do with either one of these things. So, now, I'm gonna cut this piece of fabric. Yep, not gonna work. Okay. I'm gonna cut another piece that is going to be, let's just turn this so that we get an accurate. Okay. Because we know that the length, we know the width is right. So let's just do like this. And again, I'm going to cut, so now I'm going to cut another piece, which you really could just do in a single layer. This fabric is folded in half, and so I'm just going to cut, but I'm only going to use one piece, okay? So, this is sounding oddly enough like some sort of a tutorial. So I think we'll go, I'm going to go like 22, 23, somewhere in there. Because, again, I don't want to, so it's about 23, okay? Yeah. And it's straight enough. It's pretty straight. Okay, so then this we don't need. Okay, all right, so now you've got the front fabric for the front fabric, right? And we've got the back fabric that we've set aside. So the back fabric is set aside and we have the front. This is gonna be basically the front of our pillow. Now, okay, now I have to think this out, so hang on one second. Actually, we don't need this. We need... Actually, I may not use this for the front. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take, we'll cut this one in a second. The first thing we're gonna do, look, I told you this wasn't a tutorial channel a long time ago. So if you thought that this was gonna flow in the direction of a tutorial channel, that's on you, because it's not going to flow that way at all. It's gonna flow much like my brain, which is kind of more like a tsunami than an actual river. Okay, here's what I think I wanna do. I wanna do the gnomes on the back of the pillow. And yeah, because otherwise I think the heart will be too big. And then the buffalo check we'll do on the front, and we're gonna put our heart on it, okay? Now, we're gonna need a piece of fabric big enough, just whatever. If I had a big piece of like just white, my problem is I never have like just white fabric. So no, but I just found that. How cute is that? Okay, squirrel. Do I have something in here that I don't need? Not really. Let's just use this. This is gonna be fine. Okay, so I'm gonna take this piece of fabric here. Okay. And then onto this piece of fabric. Oh my God. For the thumbnail, I was gonna do that thing. Do you remember in that movie Pretty Woman when he comes back that one night and she's been out shopping and she's had a fabulous time and he comes into the hotel room and she's got her my back hurts. She's got her legs up on the thing on the table and she's not wearing any clothes. And she's just got the tie that she bought him. But then I thought, I imagine that in my mind better than the way I think it would actually work out. So here's what we're gonna do. On this piece of fabric, we're gonna draw a heart. Okay? Now, let's get a pencil. Okay, got a pencil here. And now, if the pillow is 20 by 20, so let's cut this piece of fabric first at like 20 by 20-ish. Okay, let's go. So here's 21, and there's 18, yeah, give or take. I don't want to cut through anything else. Okay. Now, the only reason I'm doing this is so I don't have all that excess fabric laying around. So I don't have all that excess fabric laying around. And, okay. Because now we're gonna know how big to make our heart. Okay? So, we have our just piece of fabric here that is approximately the same size as, our pillowcase, about the front of the pillow. A little bit bigger, but close enough. And the only reason I'm doing this is so that we can draw the heart and start putting our tie pieces or baby clothes pieces or whatever, and have the heart relative to the whole pillow. Because you don't want to make your heart like this and think that's going to be big enough, and then you go to put it on the pillow and it's just stupid small, or you don't want to make it so big that it's not a heart anymore. So, I'm terrible at drawing. You should know that. You should be prepared for that. Okay? And you can kind of get your heart pieces right, you know? My heart's one size of the butt part of the heart, one size is always bigger than the other. So we're going to try and fix that. Okay, just a little bit here. Bring that up. Okay. Okay. It's not bad. It's pretty good. For me, it's pretty good. Okay? So we've drawn our heart. Now, the way I envision this is it's almost going to be kind of like, ouch, kind of like, you know, your quilt as you go, or not really quilt as you go. You know, when you start putting pieces on and you sew and sew and sew, we're going to do something similar to that. Okay? So, let's do like a piece of this heart. Now, I'm not going to cut anything yet, because I'm not exactly that confident. So we're going to do that one. Then we're going to put a little piece of this one in here. Okay. Now, let's do maybe part of this one. Let's go that way with this one. Okay. Let's move that over. I don't want to do too many of the points of the heart of the ties going up, because then when you trim, I want the points of the heart so that they still look like ties to be kind of in the heart, if that makes sense. Okay? All right, so there's that one there. Thank God he doesn't like these ties, because this really is, we're winging it. I mean, we're not winging it, but we're winging it on the modification of this idea. Let's bring this one down here. Let's bring this one down here like this. Now, this is the part where you're going to kind of play with it. Okay. And then what I think we'll do is we'll put this piece of this tie. We'll just kind of have it extend down a little bit. Wait a minute. If I do this, how am I going to see the heart to cut? Well, you know what that means, don't you? You got to cut the heart out first. Okay, well, we'll see you next Tuesday. Oh, God. Here's a question. What are your plans for Father's Day? Do you have little ones where you have to have plans for Father's Day? My dad lives in Southern California, which is 2,700 miles away. So I don't have to have plans. Nope. And Steve's dad passed away 40 years ago, 50 years ago. So that's about it. But the US Open is on this weekend. Yahoo! And it's going to be a doozy. For those of you that are golfers or married to golfers or like golf, we're a big golf household. And it's at Oakmont Country Club, and it's going to be a doozy this year. God, I hope this works, because I think this is a really cute idea. And this is the only gift that Minnie has for Dad. Okay. All right, now we're on to something. Okay, so now we can see exactly what we're doing. So we'll do something like this. Huh? Like that? And then maybe we'll just bring another little piece. Well, we'll see. And then we'll do this piece of this guy. then let's do a piece of him right here. It fits perfectly right there, and then we'll bring him back on top. Let's do that, like that. And then we'll do you. And then I think, oh, forgot I was wearing him. Let's do this. Just move him out of it. Okay. Now, these are ties because I had told y'all, you know, find something that is not going to be, it's going to be memorable, but don't use something that he's going to be looking for on Tuesday when he goes to work. You know, let's give the poor guy a break. Okay. Let's do this one. We were sitting with, so when we moved to Florida, and actually for a bit now in our careers, we don't really have to dress much for work anymore. And we don't have to, you know, we used to go to events, a lot of events. We used to go to, you know, a few times a year we'd have conferences or what have you to go to. And we'd have to dress, heels, suits, ties. Oh, God. And in the moment we were like, oh, can't wait to be done with that. And I am, don't get me wrong. But then you get to a point where you don't need any of it anymore. I can remember when I was talking to my mom a few months after she had retired, and she was like, I got rid of all of it. It's gone. Got rid of it. Because she had gotten rid of all of like her high heels, her dress clothes, all of it. She was so tired of having to, you know, keep up a wardrobe, and so she was glad to be gone of it. I'm glad to be gone of it too. But last night when we were sitting on the bed going through his box of ties, I don't miss it, but it was nostalgic. You know, it was kind of, I was sitting there while he was going through them, and I was like, huh. I can remember seeing him in some of these ties. That's all. Okay, is that it? Okay. Now, I am going to bring this one I need a little more coverage right there. Okay, once you have your your layout, so can you see how I've got this laid out now? Sorry for the weird camera thingy. But you can see now how I kind of have them laid out. You can't see the heart right now, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do, what you're going to do, if you're using ties or if you're using baby clothes, you just want to cut out your heart and get your stuff arranged on it. Get it laid out the way that you think you want it. Now, I'm going to take some of these pieces of fabric and I'm going to take, I'm going to cut this one. Oh, crap. All right, then here goes nothing. Okay, now I'm going to take a bit of this and slip it up here, because I have a little bit of a gap. Okay, so I'm just going to put this in here. Okay, it's going to go there. And then I think I'm just going to take a little piece of this. And I'm going to set it right on there. Okay, now I think I have it the way that I like it. I've got all my pieces, all my fabric covered, okay? Now, we're going to take our basting spray. Okay. And some pins. So let's get some pins. Let's get some pins out here. And I'm going to start pinning some of these down, because once I start picking stuff up, you know, it's going to be a mess. So let's just start pinning some of this stuff down. And here's my advice, which means nothing because I have not done this before. Pin them towards the center so that you can still stitch. We're going to go through and we're going to stitch on top of these, you know, just enough to keep everything down. Okay. This is going to be cute. This is going to be cute. If I had kids, this would be cute. Of course, let's be honest. If I had children, do you honestly think I'd be calm enough to be able to do a project like this? Please. Okay. I'm just going to pin everybody down. And then we'll start, you know, lift and spray, lift and spray, lift and spray. I just didn't want everything to start sliding around, right? More pins. I tell you what, I'm quite certain that I have bought the equivalent of a car payment in pins. And I can only ever seem to find the 25 or 30 that I have sitting on top of the magnet on my machine. Who's eating the pins? Gosh. Okay. Now, many of you very experienced quilters, sewers, moms, are watching this project saying to yourself, oh my God, lady, we know how to make a tie pillow. But I've never done it before. And I'll bet you a lot of people haven't. So, this is for them. I also think that you could do this with anything. I just think you could have a lot of fun with this. Like I said, baby clothes, whatever. I probably don't need this many pins because we're going to start lifting and spraying, but okay. Ow! Right through my finger. Okay. Now, I think that I would like to cut off some of the excess because it's making it a little bit difficult to maneuver. And I think that I should like to put this blanket down so that I can spray and not get it all over my mat. Okay? So, let's do like this, very gently. Like so, like that. Okay, and now let's just start getting some of this excess off. But I'm leaving myself a pretty wide girth. And don't cut, you know, leave it so that if you need to fill in, you know, maybe leave it so you still have the little cute, right? The little cute back of the tie. Just enough so I don't have stuff pulling it off the back of my table. Project actually seems like it's coming together. Okay, so now we're going to start to spray. Okay, so I think I'm going to take this pin out. Oh, hey, what happened to the rest of the pins I had on there? Okay, let's take some of those pins out. We'll take that one pin out, right? And just lift a little bit out of the way. Okay. 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 Now, listen. Around the edges and stuff, you're going to cut off the excess, right? We all understand that? So I'm not worried about trying to get the lines of the tie all to line up, right? Because what I really want to do is, what I really want to do is just keep the points. I do want to keep the points of the tie on the, you know, on the piece, on the heart. So if I have to cut something, I'd rather cut something that's not the point of the tie, the bottom point. Okay. Now let's put you down. This was a pretty tie. I didn't wear it very often, but it was a pretty tie. Okay. Now let's get, oops. I don't know where you're going to end up yet, little one. Okay, now, so that's going to go back that way, and that's going to go this way, right? And then that's going to go kind of down in there. Okay, ready? You guys know how I love that when I see something in my head and it actually comes together. So satisfying. Okay. Okay. Now, fantastic. I just sprayed it all over my fingers. Oh, I just love when that happens. Okay. Now, we're going to need another piece of that one. Okay. So we'll just do something like that. Okay. Okay, now we gotta peel back some of this here because that's why you're going to have to kind of like pin and move, pin and move, pin and move, because you're going to need to get down to the bottom. Okay. Okay. And now this one. And now this one. And now we're going to put this little guy up here. That. This video is getting long. Sorry, I'm sorry. Sorry. So sorry. Okay, now this one, but we're going to need a little something under there, I think. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Let's do the ones underneath first. Right? Right. Okay, so let's get this guy down. That guy's down pretty good. Okay. Now we're going to put him down right there. And now we're going to put this one down. So let's unpin that. Take you. Like this. Remember, we want to keep the points in so that it looks like ties. If you have all your points, if you just lay your fabric down and you just kind of cover it and let the stuff hang over and then trim, it's not going to look really like ties. Right? You got to leave the points in there. Okay, last ones. Okay, so let's make sure this is down. Okay. And now this one. And we're going to need a little something in there. Let's use you. Nope, we're not going to use you. Let's use this one, this little piece. Okay, so we'll cut this. And we'll put that in there to cover that last little bit. Okay. Now, you have all of your ties, right? All of your ties sprayed down. Okay? You don't have to go crazy with this spray glue like I did just now. You don't have to. Now, this is the last part, and I'm sorry that this video is long, but gently flip it over. Cut it first or sew first? Cut first or sew first? That is the question today, isn't it? I think we'll cut. Okay, the last thing we're going to do today is we're going to cut. Now, so flip it over. So you're looking again at your heart. Okay, so here's your heart, right? Ties are on the other side. I'm going to cut around the heart, but I'm going to preface this by saying I'm not going to cut super close. Like I'm going to leave maybe an inch around part of this. That's going to probably need to be washed. because I'm nervous. I'm a little nervous. So I'm not going to cut right into the heart because if anything goes wrong, I want a little room to kind of make mistakes. Okay? Oh my gosh. I can't believe we made this. I can't believe we've even started making this. And that it is actually looking the way that I saw it in my head. Look. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. This is gonna be so cute. It's gonna be adorable. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I have to go. I have to run to the UPS store. I have to go. I'm so excited. Okay. Okay. Tomorrow, you gotta have your heart with your either ties, or can you imagine this with like baby clothes? Like the kids' baby clothes? And you did the heart out of their baby clothes or their bibs? I'm gonna make one with Minnie's bandanas. That's what I'm gonna do with all her little bandanas from when she goes to the groomer. That's what I'm gonna make. Heaven. Now I'm in heaven. Okay. Tomorrow, we didn't sew anything today, but that's okay. Tomorrow, we are going to stitch down the edges. We're going to do a zigzag stitch around these pieces, right? Around the edges. Then we are going to get this onto the piece of fabric we're going to use for the front of the blanket, the front of the pillow, okay? And then on Thursday, and we'll work in the Ohio Star. We'll work it in. This is too exciting. This is too much fun. Ah, man, I have this glue all over me now. Then on Thursday, we are going to put together the back of the pillow. And then hopefully either Thursday or Friday, we'll finish assembling the whole pillow. Now, if you don't like the kind of a pillow, although I don't know. You could do a pillow with a zipper on the top. I'm not opposed to that. It's probably easier if you don't, because then you don't have to mess with zippers. But this is going to be either way, zipper or with the flap, you know, the fold over. Either way, it's going to be. This is going to be such a cool Father's Day gift. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay. Calm down. I have to go to the UPS store now. That's all I have. This has been a long video, but I had so much fun. I hope you had some fun. I hope you'll come back tomorrow. Tomorrow we are live. It will be another YouTube live, and I'll do a short or a little reel thing in the morning, so that you guys, to let everybody know. But it'll be a live, not a Zoom again. It'll be a live. We're still trying to get some of the softwares worked out on the Zoom thing so that everybody can participate even if you're not on Zoom. So we'll let you know. We'll keep you posted on that. But tomorrow it will be YouTube Live. And we're going to sew on this pillow. Bring your pillow. Bring your project, whatever it is. and you'll chit chat with us. And I have some really fun fan followers that I want to do shout outs to, but I want to do it tomorrow when I have enough time to really shine the light on them, because we've got some amazing followers. All you guys are amazing. Okay, that's it. Thanks for coming by. I gotta go. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Please do so. If you like what you're seeing, why wouldn't you? Right? Come by every once in a while. Grab a cup of coffee, bring a glass of wine, bottle of wine, glass of wine. Bottle, can't sew. And I love having you guys here. Thank you so much. You guys are just a huge, bright part of my day, and I love you. Okay, that's it for now. Have a great night. Have a great morning tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow, 6 o'clock Eastern time for the YouTube live. And remember, only a 1/4 inch seam. It's just a 1/4 inch. Tiny. I love you guys. Bye. See you tomorrow.